Picture this. You're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, surrounded by a sea of selfie sticks and fanny packs. Is this really what you traveled all this way for? What if I told you that just a few hours away, there are places so magical, so untouched, that they seem to exist in a world of their own? Today, I'm going to suggest to you about 10 hidden gems in Europe that will rekindle your love for travel from my experience. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 10. Cesky, Krumlov. Our first stop is a town with a name I still can't pronounce properly, Cesky, Krumlov. Wrapped around a bend in the Vltava River, this medieval gem in the southern Czech Republic feels like Prague's quieter, more mysterious little brother. As I explored the massive castle, second only to Prague's in size, I felt like I was unraveling layers of history with each step. But the real adventure came when I decided to see the town from a different perspective, by rafting down the Vltava River. Drifting under ancient bridges, past the castle's imposing walls, with the spires of the old town rising above me. It was a view that will stay with me forever. Number 9. Colmar, France. If you've ever wished you could step into a fairy tale, let me introduce you to Colmar. As I strolled along the flower-lined canals of the Little Venice Quarter, past colorful half-timbered houses that looked good enough to eat, I half expected to see Belle from Beauty and the Beast hurrying past with a book in hand. But Colmar isn't just a feast for the eyes, it's a literal feast too. Sitting in a cozy wine cellar, I sampled some of Alsace's finest wines. Each sip told a story of this unique region, where French and German cultures blend as seamlessly as the flavors in my glass. Number 8. Ronda. Have you ever been to a place that literally takes your breath away? For me, that was Ronda, Spain. As I stood on the Puente Nuevo bridge, looking down at the 100-meter deep El Taja Gorge, my heart raced. The town, precariously perched on both sides of this massive crack in the earth, seemed to defy gravity and logic. But Ronda's drama isn't just in its setting. As the birthplace of modern bullfighting, its bullring pulses with history and controversy. Standing in the center of that sandy circle, I could almost hear the roar of the crowd echoing through time. Love it or hate it, Ronda forces you to confront the complex tapestry of Spanish culture. Number 7. Portree, Isle of Skye. They say Scotland is a place of myths and legends. Nowhere did I feel this more than in Portree on the Isle of Skye. As I stood by the harbor, watching fishing boats bob gently in the water, framed by a row of colorful houses, I felt like I had stepped into a storybook. But Portree's true magic lies in its role as a gateway. It's from here that I embarked on hikes that led me through landscapes that seemed otherworldly. The jagged Cuillin Mountains, the ethereal fairy pools, the towering Old Man of Store. Each day, as I returned to Portree's cozy pubs, I felt like a character returning from an epic quest. Number 6. Hallstatt. Picture the most beautiful place you can imagine. Now make it more beautiful. That's Hallstatt, Austria. As my boat glided across the mirror-like lake, the reflection of alpine houses and misty mountains created a perfect symmetry that seemed almost too picturesque to be real. But the true magic of Hallstatt revealed itself as I wandered its narrow alleys. Each corner I turned offered a new postcard-worthy view. The pinnacle was the Skywalk, a viewing platform that made me feel like I was floating above this fairy tale landscape. Standing there, I understood why the Chinese loved this town so much they built an exact replica. Number 5. Procida. If you've heard of Capri, it's time to meet its lesser-known, more colorful sister, Procida. As my ferry approached this tiny island in the Bay of Naples, I was struck by an explosion of color. Pastel houses in pink, yellow, blue, and green crowded the waterfront, like a child's drawing come to life. Wandering through the narrow streets, away from the harbor, I found myself in a maze of sun-drenched alleys, vibrant bougainvilleas spilling over walls, and the smell of lemon groves in the air. Standing at the Terra Murata, the highest point of the island, with the colorful marina Coruscella below, I realized This is the Italy of my dreams, minus the crowds. Number 4. Obidos. Have you ever wanted to be king or queen for a day? In Obidos, Portugal, that dream comes pretty close to reality. As I walked along the fully intact medieval walls, gazing down at the sea of white houses with blue and yellow trims, I felt like I was surveying my kingdom. But the real treat came when I descended into the town. There, in a tiny bar, I was introduced to Ginya, a local cherry liqueur served in edible chocolate cups. As the sweet liqueur and rich chocolate melted on my tongue, I thought, now this is the royal treatment. Number 3. Sintra. Imagine a place where fairy tales come to life, where whimsical palaces rise from misty forests, and where every twist in the road reveals a new wonder. That's Sintra, Portugal. As I stood before the candy-colored towers of Peina Palace, its yellow and red walls stark against the lush green forest, I felt like I'd stepped into the pages of a storybook. As twilight fell and a light fog rolled in, wreathing the town in an ethereal glow, I understood why Lord Byron called this place a glorious Eden. Sintra isn't just a destination. Number 2. Cività di Bagnoregio. Next, let me tell you about the day I visited the dying city. No, it's not the set of a post-apocalyptic movie. It's Cività di Bagnoregio in central Italy. As I crossed the lone footbridge to this medieval village perched atop a crumbling cliff, I felt like I was walking into a different century. With less than 10 permanent residents, the silence was almost eerie. But as I sipped espresso in the main square, watching a cat sunbathe on a centuries-old stone wall, I realized that Cività isn't dying. It's a place where time stands still, allowing us a precious glimpse into the past. Number 1. Piran. Our first stop is Piran, a slice of Venetian paradise on Slovenia's tiny coastline. I remember stumbling upon this town almost by accident. As I wandered through its winding alleyways, the smell of salt in the air and the sound of gentle waves lapping at the shore, I couldn't believe more people hadn't discovered this place. The highlight of my visit? Climbing the bell tower at sunset. As I reached the top, breathless from the narrow stairs, the view nearly knocked me off my feet. The red-roofed town spread out below me, the Adriatic Sea stretching to the horizon, painted in hues of orange and pink. In that moment, I knew I'd found something special. And there you have it, 10 hidden gems that prove Europe still has the power to surprise and enchant us. Each of these places has a piece of my heart, and I hope they've inspired you to look beyond the guidebooks on your next adventure. Remember, the joy of travel isn't just in the famous sights. It's in those magical moments of discovery, when you find a place that feels like it's been waiting just for you. So, which of these hidden gems will be the setting for your next travel story? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. There's a whole world out there waiting to be explored, and I can't wait to share more of it with you. Until next time, happy travels